Well, hello and welcome to what I hope is a good vlog, although the actual bike footage is going to be limited. We're at the British Superbikes this weekend at Donington Park. Obviously I'm racing the British Supersport Championship just as a wildcard. Did 2 of these last year, but hoping for a decent weekend. So we're just in the holding area, I've got our tickets. Woohoo! So got anything to say? Don't know if I'm pointing on you. She's got nothing to say, so I'll see you in the next bit. We've dropped the caravan off. Now we're waiting here for someone who's going to show us where to park in the pits. There is a really big queue of people here. Getting... oh, is that what they're getting? Tickets? Oh well, yeah, they're getting tickets. Didn't know what they're getting, so... we'll be in the paddock before we know, and then we can set up. Hopefully before it starts raining, which it looks like it's going to, so... yeah, see you in a bit. We're set up. You're on YouTube again. So yeah, we'll set up. Thanks very much to Mark Smith, Seb Smith, for lending me your wheel trolley. Not posh enough to have one of these, so we don't look like pure paupers going on the grid. Not sure anyone will see us on the grid, like probably be that far at the back. There's 44, I think, registered. You're only allowed 40 in the race, or 41. So providing I'm not kind of in like the bottom 2 or 3, I should at least make the race, which I'm not planning on being in the bottom 2 or 3, but you never know what happens, do you? I'm probably the only person in my class riding a 13S though, since for some reason people weren't allowed to use them last year. Well, I say for some reason, I mean they're out of FIM homologation now. This model bike has been out too long. That's how you'll probably realise that everyone rides the newer shape R6, even though fundamentally there's not that big a difference apart from the front forks. That being, yeah, and obviously the bodywork, they look a bit different, but it's the same bike underneath, pretty much. So yeah, I don't think I can sort of get my tyre stickers and things till tomorrow, but I'll have a look down there anyway and see whether I can get them. But yeah, we're ready to go. I'm just using scrub tyres this weekend, what I got off Wilfred Turner. So thanks very much, Wilfred, although they weren't free, you know, but he did me a good deal, so hit him up if you want any scrub tyres. Now I do have an 18 lap race on Saturday, which is going to take probably about half an hour for me, and I don't think the SC0 will last round here. Obviously the ambient temperature is not that warm, and this track's really abrasive now, so thankfully Glenn Forbister has sent me some money to buy a new tyre, so I'll probably use it for that race, since that's going to be, you know, I need the most tread possible when I start that one. So anyway, that'll probably be it for the vlog for today, which is Thursday. Oh, I forgot to say why I'm actually doing this. So the reason I'm doing this is my final round of the championship is next weekend. By the time you watch this, the final round's probably already happened, because I'm not going to have time to edit the vlog in between. Anyway, I'm waffling now, so I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. Surprise, surprise. It's not really a surprise, is it? Let's face it. I mean, we've come away racing, so of course it's pissed down. Looks like FP1's going to be wet. Well, out for FP1 in about 5 minutes, I think. It's wet, obviously, so I've got wet tyres in, got some dry ones on the trolley, and the generator and that, so as soon as the warmers come off here, we'll put them on there just in case. To be honest, I'd just like to ride round. I'm not, unless there's something really wrong, I won't come in the pits, because I need as many laps as I can get. So they're not new wet tyres I'm on, they're old ones. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. I'll update you after this. Well, FP, keep it up, I want to help you. So FP1 just finished. I felt really good despite the fact the lever came back to the bar straight away. It's the first time the brakes have been hot, because you're not allowed to run like the upgraded pistons in this championship. set to put sand ones in, so literally a lap or two in and my brake was coming all the way back, so I was having to use 4 fingers. But turns out I was actually first overall at one point, and then I held second for nearly the full session, and I finished up 5th, but I was getting a load of traffic, and with my brakes and that I wasn't pushing, and if I'd had a pit board I might have pushed on, and maybe I could have topped FP1, but not a bad way to start. If only all the sessions were wet, then it might be a bit more of a leveler. Obviously, if you're new to watching my vlog, it's a 2016 R6 and I've got to get dispensation to ride it in this championship. Obviously I don't read racing British Championship, but just goes to show the rain is a bit of a leveler, isn't it? So yeah, that could have went worse. Right, thumbs up everyone. Woo! Well, we're just off the scrutineering. Get the bike a little clean. It's got the slick tyres in now, which I'm not happy about. I'd rather it was the wet tyres, but yeah, so I'll take you with us anyway, and there might be something interesting happening, so alright. So the sun's out now, unfortunately, but yeah, don't know, I'll be back in a minute. Does the sunshine up there? So it's obviously not going to favour me as much as this morning's conditions did, but we'll see what we can do. I mean, the fastest I've ever done is a 36.2 or 36.3. That was last year. Stock 6 are out now, and I think the person up front there's done a 34.1, so yeah. It's I've got quite a lot of time that I need to find. There's no reason why I can't do it, so we'll just we'll go out there and we'll make it happen. I'll see you in a bit. Well, that session didn't go to plan. The bike's not damaged or anything, so that's one thing, but just really struggled, just couldn't get it together. Brakes were different every lap, or every corner should I say, so I had no idea what I was going to get when I pulled the lever, which is not great. Yeah, so I have to try and sort something with that. I mean, and I said obviously I was using Scrub SC0 tyres. This one already had 15 laps on, but it's just spinning. Like through Schwann's curve, its 5th gear must be, I don't know, 130 mile an hour, maybe a bit more, and it's just trying to chuck me off. So not a good session. I've just had a little bit of a debrief, and there's definitely time in me. There's got to be some time in the bike as well, so yeah, not a great way to sort of end the running for today, but could have been worse, couldn't it? So the guy next door has been in the gravel. Where was I overall? 30 something. Out of what, 44? It's 32nd out of, well, there was 45 on the entry list. Alright, so 30 something out of 45, maybe it's a bit more. I was 32, so not terrible, but I mean my lap time 36.7. I did a 36.2 last year with an engine that had 13,000 miles on it, so yeah, definitely lacking something. Fingers crossed we find it. See you in a bit. Good morning, it's Saturday, so qualifying today. Unfortunately, it's not wet. So I mean, I never thought I'd say that, but obviously my wet pace was a lot better than my dry pace. Oh, pavement pizza. Someone might have had a few too many beers yesterday, but certainly not me. So I don't know whether I alluded to it yesterday, but I had some problems with the brakes. Just brake fluid all over my petrol tank, all over the inside of the screen. So I mean, I'm not saying that's the only reason why I was slow as pardon my French. But there's Mr. OMG. But yeah, it definitely could have went better. I think having some better brakes would have given me more confidence to push on, but when the lever is either there or not there and it's different every time, makes things a little bit tricky. Look at these scruffy fuckers, they just put the water on the floor. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens in qualifying this morning. Well, that session didn't exactly go to plan. I had a crash in the middle of it, lost the front at the last corner, Goddard's. Yeah, just can't find the time. I really don't know where it's at. There was a big patch of what I'm assuming was coolant in the middle of Coppice Corner, about 10 foot in diameter, which is just, well, I went over it accidentally on one lap and had a big moment. Luckily I didn't go down though. Yeah, just really struggling. The brakes were more consistent, but they were still coming back to the bar, so we'll give them a bleed now. Obviously fixed a small amount of damage. I was lucky where I went down really. The fairings haven't been marked at all, so thankfully not too much damage to repair. My levers have got a bit ripped open, so that's less than ideal, but these things happen. I equalled my PB, and I think I was on a lap about half a second quicker and got held up by a Ducati through the chicane, so I probably would have beat my PB, but you know, and I'm on older tyres, like not using new ones, but still I need to be going faster than what I'm going, so fingers crossed I can have a good race, you know, and just kind of get pulled along with everyone else. So I'll catch up with you after the race. Just on the grid now, we've got about 6 minutes or 3 minutes, so we've got to get the tyre warmers and everything off. I've had better starting positions. Look how far away it is, can't even see the front.
It's down there somewhere.
Yeah, never mind. There's the back. There's a few behind us, so that's okay. Hopefully there's a bit more come the end of the race. I wish I had an onboard camera on for that race. It was amazing. I mean, the position is not great. Where did I actually finish?
20th in class.
20th in class and what?
Bear with me.
Well, I did a 34.8, so
27.
27
overall.
and 20th.
19th in class.
19th in class, so not bad. 4 positions off the points. The race was absolutely manic. There was myself, some guy on Ducati, Luca Allen, Dave Grace, Josh Wood, I don't know, there was Ryan Garside. There was about six of us all going round together, and we were just like axe murderers. We were going past each other left, right and centre, so really enjoyable race. A little bit gutted that Dave made a mistake in the chicane and was slow through it, so I got him on the run down to Melbourne Hairpin. But then even though I was like, right, just take it easy, you know, you've got a gap, I just couldn't pull it down to the apex in the last corner, and it probably wasn't helped by the fact that I crashed there earlier, so I took a little bit more time getting into it, and I was about 5 foot offline really, 6 foot, and Dave just rolled it round the inside. I tried to square it off and about half a bike over the line, so I can't be, even the position is obviously not where I want to be, but ultimately I don't care about the position. It's all about getting some track time and going faster at this track, so we accomplished that, so it was a good race. And yeah, just a shame you couldn't see it. I doubt Eurosport will show any of it because they just focus on the battle at the front. But you might see me on the first corner trying to go around the outside of everyone. Then everyone was like going off track, and I rolled out of it because I thought I was going to like, you know, hit a bike that comes back on the track that it crashed or something. But all in all, a good race. It's Sunday morning. Feel pretty good today. It did rain last night quite heavily when we stood and watched, well, the last BSB race, which if you follow my channel you probably already watched. That was a bit mental. Ryan won. Then sort of didn't really watch the BMW last chance qualifier. It was lashing down, but then we watched the stock 6 or junior super stock, and Aaron took pole. That was quite good to watch. The lean angles in the wet was incredible. Speaking of wet, don't know if you can see that, but my race is at 4 o'clock or 10 to 4. So it looks like there's a reasonable chance it'll be wet. Now obviously FP1, I was 5th fastest, and that was wet stroke damp until like 1 minute 30 to go, and I got bumped down to 5th when everyone else put intermediate tyres in. Had I known I was 5th, I probably would have pushed a bit harder and maybe try to top the session. It doesn't matter, but it just means that if it does rain, I'm probably in a good position to move forward on the grid. Starting on row 9 this time, I was row 11 for the last race, and I did do my PB in that last race, 34.8, which is about 1.5 seconds off my previous best, which is, you know, a step in the right direction. And to be honest, even though I feel really comfortable in the wet conditions, I would rather this afternoon was dry, just so I get the opportunity to try and improve on the 34.8. But if it's wet, then well, there's a good chance we'll make up quite a few positions as long as we stay shiny side up. So yeah, I'll probably do another bit of vlog before I go out, because that's not until, if I don't go out for more than warm up, which is in about 50 minutes, then I won't be out until 10 to 4. So yeah, in a bit. To the end of the weekend. A positive weekend on the whole, really. Obviously I did have a little crash in qualifying, but thankfully the damage was basically nothing apart from my levers a bit ripped open on the arm. The race was good, as you probably would have seen beforehand. It was very wet, and you may have watched it live. I got a very good jump off the line and managed to make up a few positions. I think I was told it was 6 positions on the opening lap I'd made. And to be honest, after that, a little bit of a lonely race. I didn't have too many moments, and probably could have pushed a little bit harder, but you know, we'd all say that in hindsight. It was good. I brought it home in 15th in the Supersport class, so I got 2 points, and I also beat all the Supersport Cup riders and a lot of the GP2s. I only got beat by 2 GP2s, so I was 17th overall. And when you think there was 45 initially at the start of the weekend, and you only allow 40 on the grid, to, you know, 17th is not bad really. And it also means that another BSB sort of experience and some more points. I say points, I got 1 point, but it does mean that every time that I've done British Supersport event I've got a point, which I'm pretty pleased with. So managed to get a new PB, 1 minute 34.8. that was positive. About 1.5 seconds off my PB. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks very much for everyone who helps me through the weekend. Obviously, first and foremost, my wife, and then Richie, who's with us for the full weekend as well, really helps. And then, you know, some of my family that came to watch, so thanks very much. I'll see you in the next vlog, which is next weekend, but it'll be a couple of weeks till you actually see it. So